She had 3 days left, that's all. 3 days before the shelter would make the decision no one wants to talk about. They said she was too scary, too big, too much of a risk. But what they didn't know was that behind those eyes lived the gentlest soul you'd ever meet. We found her on a Tuesday afternoon, sitting alone in the back corner of the shelter. Her name was Bella, a pit bull with a massive head and a face that made people cross the street. The volunteers told us the truth. She'd been there for 8 months, passed over 47 times. Families would walk past her kennel without even slowing down. Some wouldn't make eye contact. Others would pull their children closer and hurry away. And every single time, you could see it in her eyes. She noticed. She felt it. She understood she wasn't wanted. But we saw something different. We saw hope. We saw patience. We saw a soul that had been waiting for someone brave enough to look past the stereotype. Now, if you're watching this and haven't subscribed yet, I need you to hear this. Right now, thousands of dogs like Bella are sitting in shelters, being judged by their breed instead of their heart. Every time someone subscribes to this channel, you're helping us tell their stories and save lives. So if this is already touching you, hit that subscribe button. Your click today could save a Bella tomorrow. The first few weeks were heartbreaking. Bella was so gentle, it hurt to watch. She didn't bark. She didn't jump. She moved through our home like a ghost, taking up as little space as possible. At night, we'd hear her sighing in her sleep, and we wondered if she was back in that kennel, still waiting. But slowly, something started to shift. It began with our neighbor, Mrs. Chen, an elderly woman who walked past our house every morning at exactly 7:15. One day, Bella was sitting on the porch, and Mrs. Chen froze mid-step. You could see the fear flash across her face. Pitbull, dangerous. But Bella didn't bark, didn't move. She just watched Mrs. Chen with those impossibly soft eyes, and her tail gave one slow, cautious wag. Mrs. Chen didn't walk away. She took a step closer, then another. Her hand trembled as she reached out, and when her fingers touched Bella's head, Bella closed her eyes and leaned in like she'd been starving for that moment of kindness. "She's so soft," Mrs. Chen whispered, tears in her eyes. "I didn't expect that." From that day on, Mrs. Chen brought Bella homemade treats and talked to her about her late husband, her loneliness, and Bella would rest her big head in Mrs. Chen's lap and just listen, making her feel seen in a way she hadn't felt in years. Word spread quietly. The mailman started taking extra time. Kids asked to visit the sweet dog on the corner. A teenager named Marcus started stopping by every afternoon. He told us, voice barely above a whisper, that Bella made him feel calm in a way nothing else did. She wasn't just a pet, she was medicine. She was healing people we didn't even know were hurting. But not everyone changed their mind. There were still people who crossed the street, still whispers about that dangerous dog on the corner. And every time it happened, we watched Bella's light dim. Her tail would stop wagging, her whole body would shrink. She knew. She'd always known. Then one afternoon, everything nearly fell apart. A woman we'd never seen before was walking her small dog past our house. Bella was on the porch, just watching. The small dog lunged and snapped, breaking free from its leash and charging at Bella. And Bella, our gentle, patient Bella, just backed up. Didn't growl, didn't snap back, just backed up to the door, trying to get away. But the woman didn't see it that way. She saw a pit bull. She started screaming, said Bella had attacked her dog, said she was calling animal control. Our hearts stopped. But then, something incredible happened. Mrs. Chen came running from across the street, then Marcus, then the mailman, then neighbors we barely knew. One by one, they stood up for Bella. They told the truth. They became her voice. That's when we knew. Bella hadn't just found a home, she'd found a family. That night, we made a sign. Her name is Bella. She's safe, she's kind, and she would love to meet you. People who used to hurry past now stopped to read. They'd look at Bella, really look, and see her differently, not as a breed, but as Bella, a dog who had waited her whole life to be seen. An older man named Richard, who had avoided our street for months, finally stopped one evening. He stood at the gate for a long time, reading the sign. "I was attacked by a dog when I was 7, he said quietly. "I've been afraid ever since." Bella didn't move, just sat there, patient as always, tail wagging slowly. Richard's hand shook as he reached over the gate. When his fingers touched Bella's head, something inside him broke open. Tears streamed down his face. "She's so gentle," he whispered. "Why didn't anyone tell me they could be this gentle?" That's the thing about Bella. She was always gentle, always patient, always loving. The world just needed to slow down long enough to notice. Over time, our neighborhood transformed. People who used to walk with headphones in now stopped to chat. Neighbors who'd never spoken became friends, and at the center of it all was Bella, the dog who was once 3 days from death, now the beating heart of our community. She taught us something we should have always known, that love doesn't demand, it doesn't force, it doesn't shout. Love waits. It shows up every single day with the same open heart, hoping that today might be the day someone finally sees you for who you really are. Bella never needed to prove herself. She never needed to be anything other than exactly who she was. Her love was enough. And slowly, beautifully, the world came around. These days, there isn't a person on our block who doesn't know her name. The kids call her the Queen of Kindness. Mrs. Chen says Bella saved her from loneliness. Marcus says she taught him that being gentle is a strength. And Richard stops by twice a week now, just to sit with her in the quiet evening light. What people once feared, they now cherish, because Bella showed them what we all desperately need to remember, that the way someone looks has absolutely nothing to do with the size of their heart. So here's my question for you, and I really want to know what you think. What changes people's minds more, words or actions? Was it the sign that changed our neighborhood, or was it Bella's patient love? Drop your answer in the comments, because I think this question matters more than we realize. She was just a dog looking for someone to see her. What she found was an entire neighborhood ready to be transformed by love.